We didn't want this edition of 123 Muse to come without a full set of very useful widgets to enhance parallax and scroll motion. So we've already shown you a few of the widgets, but this one is a really effective widget. So it comes in two parts. You have the loader here, that this loads up all the scripts that you need for this widget to work, and then you have the instance widget. So if we take a look at this, this has just information, so you just place that off the page, off the canvas here, but this is where the real magic happens. This is the instance, and we can apply all sorts of scroll animation effects, and it combines with Muse built-in scroll motion to create really good effects. Let's take a look at this in the browser. We've created just a few examples on the page. So we've loaded up the page. As we scroll down, we can see we've got this really nice perspective 3D transitions on elements. There we've got, it's a bit cheesy, but it's just as an example, we've got scroll motion with the image, and that's working at the same time as the Scroll Effects Plus widget from us. Then we have rotation, so we can apply rotation and fading, and then we have some more rotation here. And how about this? We're using a 3D transform, but because we've got it pinned left, we can create these really cool motion charts as we scroll down the page. So this is all using the same widget, and if we take a look at some of the effects here, so for the panels to rotate down, we've got our rotation at 180, we've got our perspective at 2500, we're hiding the back face. The reason why we have that, if I switch that off, if we preview that in the browser now, you'll see that we can see our slides rotating down. Now that may be something that you want, but we have it switched off in this particular animation. And we apply this by using a class name. So all of these units here have got the class name of animThis. You could call it whatever you like, as long as you reference it here with the same name. The scroll boundary starts. Now this obviously widget needs to be experimented with and played with, but just to give you an idea of the different settings you've got. Do we want the animation to start when entering the screen or exiting the screen? So it works slightly different to scroll motion. Or do you want it to work between the exit and entry, or the entry and exit? Do you want it to start, this is kind of like positioning, where do you want it? Do you want it to start at 0.5, so halfway down the exit process, or halfway down the entering process, and where do you want it to end? So you can change those settings, will change when the animation starts and ends. You have opacity. We can crop the animation if we don't want the animation to come out the sides. We can set the origin. So for example, where that becomes very useful with these charts here, these are just normal Muse rectangles, but you can see with the settings here, we've set the origin to left and top. We've then rotated on the y-axis, and we've set the scale to 0 and no perspective. And because we've done that, let's move down the page here, you can see that actually what's happening is these rectangles are actually rotating on the y-axis, but because they're fixed left and top, they appear to be growing. So there's all sorts of things that you can do with the Scroll Effects Plus widget to create really awesome effects in combination with the parallax and scroll motion effects already built into Muse. A good example of this is our waterpark template, and we're using our own Scroll Effects widget here on the logo. So as we scroll down the page, we'll see that the normal Muse scroll effects are being used to fade out these two buttons here. But then we're using our Scroll Effects Plus widget to scale the size of the logo. So it scales down smaller. Then we're using Scroll Effects to bring these two navigation items into the page. And then the Muse Scroll Effects is pushing that into place. And there you have it. So we're using it effectively on this site to convert that logo from the large logo into the small logo. So it's a really easy way of applying logo changes for your navigation. And if you take a look at the waterpark template and see how we've done that, and you take a look at some of these recipes of how to generate different effects, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun and add a whole host of new parallax animations to your Muse sites.